In last class, we studied about the definition of matter and some properties and some experiment to prove the properties. Means the matter is nothing but anything or everything which occupies space and have a mass. We can call it as a matter, and whatever the things around us, all are examples for matter. And matters are made up of particles, and those particles are in a constant motion. Then to explain the constant motion of particles, there is a scientist Robert Brown which tells the motion, that is Brownian motion. According to the Brownian motions, by using Brownian motion, we can explain the movement of particles in a solution. Then, what do you mean by this Brownian motion? And what are the characteristics of our particles? We will study in this class. Okay, then the first one, that is Brownian motion. First one is Brownian motion. The Brownian motion. The Brownian motion explains the motion of particles. In last class, we discussed that when you add any color substance to the water, that whole water becomes color without a stirring because of motion of the particles. Then scientist Robert Brown observed the motion of particles in a solution. When he observed the solution under the microscope, because the motion of particles we will not able to see with the naked eyes. Because of that, when the Robert Brown saw the motion of particles under microscope, he observed that the particles are moving like this. Means this is a zigzag. According to the Brownian motion, the zigzag motion of particles in a solution, we can call it as a Brownian motion. Because of that only, when you add anything to the water, take an example, when you add any either it is sugar, salt, any color substance, whatever it may be, when you add that substance to the any liquid solution, the whole liquid solution becomes a color or sweet or some other, because there is a Brownian motion. Why the Brownian motion happens in a solution is that, take one example. Just imagine Brownian motion is like preparing the rice. Okay, when you add a rice and start to boil, how the rice grains are moving when you start boil, like that only the particles are in a zigzag motion. Okay, that is nothing but a Brownian motion. Just to take one example, when take one, this is the water. When you add sugar to the water, when you add sugar to the water, what happens after some times? The sugar crystals are dissolved and disappear. Yes or no? Then after that the whole water becomes sweet. Is the particles are seen in the water solution? No, because the particle not seen with the naked eyes. Because of that only, when the Robert Brown see the particles with the microscope, the particles are start moving like this, that is a zigzag manner. Then water is also matter, hence matter is made up of particles. Sugar is also matter, matter is made up of particles. In water also there is a particles, and in sugar also there are particles. Hence the particles of water is also in a motion, and particles of sugar is also in a motion. When you add the sugar, means you are adding the particles of sugar to the water. When you add the particles of sugar to the water particles are with the fast moving. Already the particles which is present in the water are in the fast moving. when you add the particles of sugar to the water, the particles of sugar and particles of water is bombarded. Means particles of sugar and particles of water bombard. Because of that bombardment, there will be a zigzag motion. Okay. When the particles will bombard, means one particle and another particle. When the bombardment will take place, because of that bombardment, there will be a zigzag motion of particles. This is proposed by the scientist Robert Brown. That is a Brownian motion. The Brownian motion is nothing but zigzag motion of a particle in a solution. We can call it as a Brownian motion. Then now the Brownian motion not only seen in the liquid, it is also seen in the gas. Just to take an example, you are in the dark room. Okay, you are in the dark room. When the sunlight enters the dark room with a small window, what happens? When the sunlight enters to the dark room with a small window, we are observing one path. Yes or no? That path is nothing but a sunlight path. In that sunlight path, what happens? There are small dust particles. Is those dust particles are in a constant or in a motion? Yes, of course, the dust particles are always in a motion. Yes or no? That is also nothing but the Brownian motion. Hence, the Brownian motion is not only seen in the liquid and it also seen in the gaseous, in gas also. Because gas, the air which is present around us is also matter. Hence, that contains the particles. Yes, we are not able to see the particles which are present in the air. But the air proved, what it proved? The dust particles which are present with the air, that dust particles are in a motion. Hence, we proved that the particles are always in a motion. That is nothing but Brownian motion. This is the definition and the few examples of Brownian motion. Because of that Brownian motion only, in whatever the matter you take, in the matter the particles are always in a constant motion. Yes. The Brownian motion explains the motion of particles. Then the particles have certain characteristics. Those characteristics are nothing but the characteristics of particles in a matter. In a matter, particles are present. Those particles have a certain characteristics. Those characteristics we will study in this topic. Then the first characteristic of your particles in matter have force of attraction. Force of attraction. We will discuss one by one. Okay. The particles in a matter have the force of attraction. And the next one, size of particle is very small. Size of particles in matter is very small. Then the next one, particles in a matter have the third one, the particles in a matter have interparticle distance, and one more, particles in a matter are constantly moving. there are four character to your particles which are present in the matter. The first one, particles in the matter have force of attraction. Size of particles in the matter are very small. Particles in the matter have interparticle distance, and the particles in the matter are constantly moving. Now we will discuss one by one. In that first one, particles in a matter have force of attraction. Just imagine you have one iron ball and you have one chalk piece, okay, which is easy to break, either iron ball or either this chalk piece. Yes, of course, the chalk piece is easier to break. And what about your iron ball? Will not able to break the iron ball. Even though iron ball is also matter and your chalk piece is also matter. But what is the difference? That is nothing but the force of attraction between the particles. The force of attraction between the particles which are present in the chalk piece is very loose or very less. The particles which are present in the iron balls are very strong. And also just imagine the particles are arranged in different types of manner. Okay, in a liquid, in a gas, in a solid. We will discuss in further classes. Okay, the arrangement of the particles, the force of attraction between particles different for different matter. Okay, now just imagine the particles are arranged like this. Is it easy to break? No. Then the particles are arranged like this. Is it easy to break? As if the particles are arranged like this, it is some more easier to break. Like that, in a matter, some particles have the force of attraction like this. Means this one particle, this one particles. The particles have force of attraction like this. And some matters have force of attraction between the particles. The force of attraction is like this, and some like this, and some more like this. Then the force of attraction in the matter, some have a more force of attraction, some are less in the force of attraction. Because of that, every matter have a force of attraction, but the force of attraction is different for different matter. Okay, done. And see here the example for that. Let's take iron ball and chalk piece. Why the iron ball is harder to break? Because the force of attraction is more. Why the chalk piece is easier to break? The force of attraction is very less. Okay. And in solid, the force of attraction is very high. Because of that, the particles are arranged like this. But in a liquid, the particles are arranged some more loosely. Means the force of attraction is less compared with the solid. But what about the force of attraction in gases? The force of attraction in gases is very less. Because of that, the particles are arranged like this. Means this is the force of attraction between particles in a solid, in a liquid, and in a gas. Because of that, every matter have a certain force of attraction. When the force of attraction is more, the matter is stronger. When the force of attraction is less, the matter is weaker to break. This is the first character. Particles in a matter have force of attraction. Because of that force of attraction only, particles hold together. When the particles hold together, it forms either a chalk piece, either a duster, or either whatever the things we are seeing around us. This is the first property. Then the next property, particles in matter very small. Okay, let's just take one example. You have water that is 1000 ml, means 1 liter of water. To this 1 liter of water, add some color. Then take one glass of water from this. Just before that, take 4 beakers. Okay. First beaker contains 1 liter of water. Second contains 750 ml of water, and the third one contains 500 ml of water, and the fifth one contains 250 ml of water. Okay. Then when you add color to the 1000 ml of water, what happens? The color is brighter. Yes or no? Now take one small glass of water from this beaker, add that glass of water to the 750 ml, and now compare the color of this one and this one. Is the color of this beaker and this beaker is same? No. This is a darker one. This is somewhat less dark. Then take one glass of water from this beaker and add that to the 500 ml of water. Beaker means beaker C. This is the beaker B. This is the beaker A. This one is beaker D. Okay. Now take one glass of water and add it to this one. What happens now? Is color of this B and C same? No. Again, somewhat the darkness is decreases. Again, take one more glass from C and add to D. Again, the color of this one is again less dark. Now compare A and D. This is high in the color, means more dark. This one is less dark. Why this happens? Because in the beaker A, the particles are in the water dividing. Okay, not completely divided. Because of that, the color is more. Again, when you take the particles from beaker A and add to beaker B, what happens? Now again, the particles are going to break. Okay, initially the particle is like this in this case. Okay, when you add the particles of A to B, the particles are break like this. Okay, how the particles are break? Again, from B to C, now again the particles are going to break like that from C to D. Hence, the color from A and D is goes on decrease because the particle size is very small. When you goes on adding the water to the next beaker, the particles are goes on dividing and it reaches a final stage where the color is not able to seen. That is the final size of the particle. Take one more example. You are preparing the jamun. Yes or no? What happens? Adding the sugar to the water. Now take that sugar solution. The sweet of that is very rich. Okay. Again, add that sugar solution to the some other water. Okay. What happens? The sweet is decreases. Now take that water and add to next beaker and next beaker. What happens? The sweet of that solution is goes on decreases. Because of that, the particles are continuously dividing. Hence, the particles in the matters are very small. This is the second one. What a property of your matter. Then the third one. Particles are constantly moving. Particles are constant. The next character, the particles are constantly moving. We know that from the previous water experiments. When you add any color to the water, after some times without stirring, the whole water becomes color. Why? The particles are in motion. Because of that, it proves the particles are constantly moving. Hence, because of that, when you add a color to the water, the whole water becomes color because of the motion of particle. This is the third character. Then the fourth character, particles have interparticle distance. Interparticle distance. whatever the particles present in the matter have a certain interparticle space. We will discuss these interparticle space in further classes detail. Means the particles have a interparticle space. Interparticle space is nothing but the distance between two particles. In some matter the interparticle distance is more, in some particles the interparticle distance is less, in some interparticle distance is very less. Based on this interparticle distance only, we will categorize the solid, liquid and gas. The interparticle distance nothing but the distance between two particles. Every matter have a interparticle distance, but the interparticle distance is different from different matters. Okay, this is the fourth properties. In this class we studied that characteristics of particles and Brownian motion. Based on these character, in the next class we will classify our matter. Thank you.